Ну что, и снова здравствуйте. Да, если что, во всем винить кота. А что с чадом? Должно быть все в порядке, по идее. Конец, да. А я тут посмотрел, короче, вики по... Как его называют? Ну, по Элексу. Ну, что-то мне как стало интересно по поводу брони, что что-то я все никак найти не могу. И... Ну, если кратко, то брони тут нету. От слова почти совсем. То есть там несколько видов хреновых... Как его... Ну, то есть вот у меня есть шлем какой-то там, где он? Шахтерская каска, броня 3. И... То есть в игре, ну там... Просто в мире гораздо лучше, там плюс 13 ты не найдешь. Есть только у фракций. У них типа броня действительно там лучше, если ты вступаешь. То есть там третья... Я чью-то третью броню один этот ты там открыл, посмотрел. Да, он как бы лучше. А в целом там штаны, вот я что-то смотрел, что у меня из брони рубашка дает броня 14, а штаны 4. Это чуть ли не лучшие, как его называют, не лучшие штаны по броне, не считая фракционной. Короче, просто жесть. Так, что с этим городом-то делать? Даже не знаю. У торговцев найти можно, но не знаю, там то есть ее видов-то единицы просто. То есть обычно в таких играх, когда начинаешь их, там, она может быть не сильно друг от друга отличается, но в целом обычно брони полно. Прям 5 шлемов, по-моему, несколько очков.
We could learn much from these ruins.
И все.
Yeah, you just can't find those these days.
Goods are the whole heart of trade, and what's the world without trade?
Stop being an asshole.
Are you serious?
Подождите, а кто мне не давал?
How can that be?
Fuck all of them. I hope they drown in their own shit.
No.
Что-то я не понял принципа. гранатомет нашел.
You think you know what's going on? No one knows what's going
You think you
on.
can get a hold of a decent set of ALP components?
Something like that.
I can find some shards to cover that.
I don't even want to know.
Подождите,
I don't know the guy.
охотник?
Suppose I never
Spitball
will
of a day,
now.
ain't it?
А, ну то есть он со мной больше не хочет
The
говорить.
Elex. The Elex.
Че, кстати, по гранатомету? Нельзя продать. Силы не хватает, урон 45 копеечный. Правда, может быть там какой-нибудь дополнительный урон от ракеты и взрыва будет. Я думаю, я сдам этого Гаврика сейчас. А, мне же какое-то задание давали, что-то там кому-то помочь.
Hey, you. I heard you speaking to Eric. He gave you an energy regulator for the dome, right? Give it to me, will you? Very soon now, you're going to need the right sort of friend, and giving that to me will earn you that.
Why do you want the regulator?
Haven't you noticed the tension here? All the anger and the plotting? It scares the hell out of me. So I want a way out of here if things go wrong. A sort of backdoor. I want to modify the regulator so I can drop a section of the dome and get out if things go bad. Let me modify it, then I'll give it back to you so you can get it to where it needs to be. You've got to see why I'd want a way out, yeah? So do we have a deal?
What's in it for me if I help you?
Profit is profit. I respect that attitude. What do you think about 100 shards?
I won't give you the regulator.
Then you've blown your chance. And don't come back to me and ask for help when no one will let you out of here.
Did you flee here from the desert?
Flee? No. But to live in Tavar, you need shards. And despite my talents, I wasn't one of the Duke's favorites, and that made making a profit hard.
You think it's better here?
Yes, for sure. For me, at least. And those berserkers are the worst for it. One of those assholes killed my friend for fun. Now that bastard is focused on me and nobody's helping me. Even though they know it'll be their turn next, and keeping their head down won't save them.
Who is this berserker that's giving you trouble?
Brabeck. A bull of a man and twice as ugly. Bone-breaking bastard.
About Brabeck. Where can I find Brabeck?
He's usually near the inn. Just follow your nose. If it smells like piss, you found him.
That was remarkable.
Вообще как странно подбегает чувак, типа, да, я, говорит, сломаю все. А я должен ему в этом помочь. Что-то я не пойму, где я там находился.
Keep your hands off my machines. Any accidents are gonna be dangerous for me, you, and the whole city. The energy regulators are screwed. The surge gauge is failing and I can't see why. And now the shield profiler is returning a really strange set of values. Altogether, that makes for one dangerous set of problems that could fry both of us if the wrong bit of kit gets jolted. And I'm the one who has to fix all this. Ah, shit, I can't even sort out the replacement parts until I have this stabilized.
Eric sent me.
Oh, thank Kalan. Do you have the energy regulator?
Yes. Here.
Perfect. That looks great. Thanks. Thanks for getting that. I'll install it immediately. You better get back to Eric. You can tell him I'm putting it in right now.
Я выбрал сторону в конфликте в Абисе. Ладно, хорошо. Будем ее тогда и придерживаться.
Lutz has the energy regulator.
Good. The dome should be more stable now. I thank Kalan for sending you.
I have a forged ID for you.
Are you trying to get me angry? Let me guess. Gregor, the dome guard, sent you. I told him 1,000 times I'm not responsible for these things. Alois is the city's supervisor. You should report such matters to him. Go on, go and play Gregor's messenger boy.
I will take the ID to Alois.
Ah, no, it's all right. It's all right. Just give it here. I'll take care of it. Shit, I'm sorry I bit your head off. It's just, I've got enough to deal with without getting bogged down in the petty stuff. But Gregor keeps sending me every task he comes across. If there's trouble with the generators or the dome, then I'm your man. I have enough to deal with without counterfeit passes or toilet breaks for guards or shortages of hinges in the West Quarter. Still, that's not your problem. Thank you for bringing me the pass. Please take your reward for honorable service to the dome. I'll check to see who this ID was customized for. Then a suggester can take care of the rest. Deceit like this can only lead us to uncovering a greater lie.
Ну и ладно.
The dome is a gift from Kalan. Never forget that.
Am I crazy, or is our generator power fluctuating?
Don't take it personally.
He's been bothering
What is it
me
you
with
want?
that for days
Who
now.
are you?
You first. Come on. Who are you? There is something that is familiar about you, but I can't quite place it. Memory, I suppose. All people are welcome in Abessa, as long as they are prepared to forget their past. Even elves are allowed in here. I think elves would be perfect people if they weren't so emotionless. But then, that is why they are the only faction I have never belonged to.
What do you need?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course.
My personal quest is to discover more about Magdalene and the people who live here. I would like to know more.
There. Shall I tell you then?
Let me think about it. Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right. I'll give you the full version. Well, the short version of the full version.
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, I grew up in Goliath in Edan. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, Jar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled. I still don't know what they did, even today. I hate the Berserker laws. Nothing against the berserkers. They're just people. It's the laws I hate. I think what the berserkers want to do with Magaland is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told when it happened? I swore never to return. And I haven't set foot in Medan again.
Where'd you go?
Wherever I needed to survive. That meant running from reavers and wild animals. It didn't take long for some reavers to take me captive. And then, I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky though. After several years, the reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws, and they took me back to Tavar. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Medan, but there wasn't the same raptor shit. The laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
And why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Because the reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off there. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things. Trusted. Part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect. But outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do.
Кажется, все-таки не...
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
Но у меня есть же кольцо, чтобы было. А как переодеться? Ну вот почему? Почему?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess I'll have to keep asking round. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
That's it. I'm going.
Очень удобная игра.
You don't know that either, whatever you say.
If we all did our duty, then duty would be done.
You gotta sit down and ask, what am I doing?
That's not what you say. You should do it.
That's one way of thinking about it. I don't want anything to do with it.
Куда
You
она
gotta sit
делает?
down and ask, what am I doing?
Do you believe that? You know, you're the first one to understand
А,
that.
вот.
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
I know enough to work on Max.
You do? Maybe we could take you on in a permanent position here in the city.
Anything to employ me?
That's true. Alois has security concerns about taking anyone who's not been in the city long enough. So, yeah, maybe I should look for someone else. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job. Oh, and I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ anyone who might still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
About the candidates for technician.
Yes?
Tell me about Naira.
Naira is an Alb separatist, so a bit of a long shot for loyalty. But she should have the technical ability we need. She's somewhere in the west of the city with the other separatists, in the slums.
You want to employ a separatist as a technician?
We need someone, and I don't think your faction always says who you are. Albs are usually very good with technology, but you're right. I don't know if we can trust her.
Tell me about Daryl.
Daryl is an outlaw. He's applied to be a technician, but I don't know why. So I want to know his motives and what his technical experience is. I'm hoping you can get that information. If he's skilled and trustworthy, then employing him might show that we do trust outlaws here. But I don't know that much about him. I don't even know where to find him.
What do you know about Rorik?
Rorik is a berserker. I think I last saw him somewhere around Vito's pub. It might seem weird to consider a berserker, but I was one once. And I know Rorik used to work extracting Elex from machines in Goliath, so he knows about technology. And I think I could teach him everything else that he needs to know. And it would show that we were reaching out to the berserkers who have come to the Dome City. Their magic is very powerful, and they're strong warriors. We will need their help if the Albs attack us from Zakor. But it'll be important to find out if he's prepared to have anything to do with technology before we think of offering him a job.
That's it. I'm going.
Ну,
Nobody listens to me.
ветка диалога ради 200 опыта, то есть
The
опыт
dude took the fort from Bloody Baxter.
и он никогда не мешает.
There's a challenge, and that challenge must be met.
Давай.
That's it.
Ходи.
I'm going.
Кольцо лоб. А, ну мне на вот.
I'm staying out of it.
There are too many dead already.
There's nowhere near enough Elex out there for that.
Вы получаете 50%
No, no,
скриншотов
no, you must have missed it.
действием.
He's been bothering me with that for days now.
А, я не хотел
Why
ничего
would you do
делать.
that?
Я не хотел делать, я сделал Steam, ну ладно. Кстати, ну здесь я не хочу доставать оружие, но вообще надо птиц еще попробовать, ну птицу убить, посмотреть, через нее выпадает. Потому что я этих жуков не убивал, а оказывается они для супа нужны. Крысы ни для чего не нужны. Патроны лежат. Надо будет заскочить на тот этаж. А тут что лежит? Фугасные ракеты. Но никого же нету, да? Лазерный бластер, он так просто лежит. Ну, он только это, так себе, урон 30. Если только его улучшить. Интересно, а что для улучшения нужно оружие?
Well, if that's what they're saying.
You know, you're the first one to understand that.
The mechs that went into Avessa pretty much killed that whole party.
You still don't get it, do you?
They say the raptors are pretty fierce.
You're never gonna win fighting that way.
Модификация оружия. Урон будет 47.
Who else are you telling that?
Я могу...
If even half of that is true,
You're never gonna win fighting that way.
Модификация
trolls,
оружия.
mantises, raptors, it's crazy to travel out there.
Who else are you telling that?
Я могу даже ее изучить, слушайте. Ремесла.
That's it. I'm going.
Goliath, the Berserkers' hometown. It is interesting. My research indicates there were organizations attempting to restore Magellan's plant life before the comet struck, but none were armed like the Berserkers. Indeed, all the current factions came into existence after the comet. Just as the comet caused the creatures to evolve, so it had the same effect on society. Fascinating.
Привет, Сев. Да, я решил еще поиграть. Давайте попробуем, но я что-то не знаю, как к нему отнесутся в городе-то. Я как сюда, кроме Дуруса, только с Дурусом прибегал. Сейчас тишина, потом как крики. Это клирик, мочи клирика.
Good luck to him. I don't know anyone who's going to...
Teach me something.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Дает возможность вставлять магические самоцветы в оружие на верстаке. Слушайте, это тоже интересная штука. Сейчас я оружие свое как нафигачу. Всякими апгрейдами и прочей ерундой. Я вот только пришел и сразу кулаками размахивать. Ну вот что за человек? Наиграются в свои стрелялки агрессивные, потом ходят всех. На всех нападают. Че и победил. Нет справедливости.
Oh, then why are we still working?
You should do it. Nobody even listens there, that's the problem.
Только надо подумать сейчас. Ну, не подумать, а надо посмотреть. То есть 33. Ну да, для лазерной винтовки отдельные патроны. Тогда и нет смысла улучшать.
No, you must have misheard.
I have to go.
Да, я смогу им пользоваться. А он 47 урона. А что для этого нужно? Сырой Elex, электронный план, запас, ментальный удар. То есть я не могу, у меня только маленькие самоцветы, что ли? Так, а по оружию что я могу сделать? Бонус к здоровью, бонус к сопротивляемости, бонус к опыту задания, бонус к здоровью. Большой, белый, маленький, понятно. Как это работает хотя бы. Подождите, что там про спутников здоровья спутников? Ну тут я думаю, что да, если я улучшу, я не смогу его одеть. Единственное, что можно посмотреть, у него 47.
As he wishes. You should do it.
Ну вот пора будет 48, и тоже я его не посмотрю. Ладно, огнестрел будет когда-нибудь. Большая сумка элексита. Амулет ученого. Вот амулет ученого, сумку с элекситом фиг снимаю. Амулет я стырю. Подождите, запись же какая-то была, нет? Или мне показалось?
Just a moment, I have to concentrate. 43 degrees eastwards at a distance of 5 kilometers. Maybe I could adjust the receiver's sensitivity to... No. Although,
Should I come back later?
No. I've already lost my train of thought. I suppose I will have to just get used to continuous interruptions here. But, crap. I don't suppose you can remember what I said. How many degrees was it?
43 degrees, eastwards.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Thank you for reminding me.
I assume you are in charge of communications?
You aren't just a good listener, you're good at observation, too. Yes, I am responsible for communications. Though the condition of this equipment is wretched. It would be easier to stay in contact with 2 tin cans and a piece of string. I can't keep track of how often we have power outages or equipment failures these days. But I have really given you enough of my time now. I do have to work out a solution to this issue. If you feel the need to talk to someone, go and try Vito. Innkeepers are known for their chatter.
Where can I find Vito?
Look around out for the rat hole of a dive serving alcohol. There are 2 things Vito lives for. Alcohol and conversation. Well, that and the shards to pay for them. I digress. Go now and seek him out and leave me to my thinking.
That was well done.
Меня Фальк похвалил. Слушайте, а наверное нужно вставить эти маленькие осколки, как бы смысл чего-то ждать, но найду я, смогу сделать. Осколки побольше будут, осколки побольше не смогу, значит не смогу. Собственно, а с маленьких уже прямо сейчас буду бонус получать. По-моему, это логично.
Yes? Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
I can imagine.
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the Albs. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried, yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background, however hard our residents make it for us.
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade. Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule was broken, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes keeping our oaths. And an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers. That makes it my duty to see that oath is kept.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an Alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Why have things become so bad?
That's a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The Berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the Pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we'd face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Is there something I can help you with?
If you want to help, there is something that has to be taken care of quickly. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse, and to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving them. Particularly when it comes to outlaws. Are you going to show me that you are the exception?
I'll take care of that problem for you.
Good. Very well then. Your target is a woman. Her name is Paige. Get her talking and hope that she brings you in on her plan. Take these shards. You may need them to buy yourself some trust. You'll have to find Paige yourself. She's a slippery customer, and we've lost track of her.
Contact? Is there something I should know about her?
Apart from the fact that she's one of the outlaws, no. As soon as you get those weapons, or any information, just make sure you bring them to me.
Ух. Давайте, есть чем тут поживиться? А, да. Ну ладно, у того верстака ставим эти самоцветы. Так, у меня красного нету. Мощному удару, здоровью, сопротивляемости. Давайте задание. Здоровье спутников. Слепок сопротивляемости.
Technicians.
Parts, repair.
Так, с кем тут можно поговорить?
Huh. What do we have here? Fresh meat?
Well, it's pleasant to meet you as well.
Pleasant to... Are you mentally stable? How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? I'd watch out. They're probably trying to recruit you. You wouldn't be the first to come here looking for shelter only to end up bowing down to Kalan. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
Where do you get your goods from?
Mostly directly from Tavar. And that's the main problem. Seeing as the clerics have got picky about who comes in and goes out of here. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from these separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave this city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
I'd say you're walking a dangerous line.
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Что-то даже я не знаю, что с этим товаром сделками делать.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out. So you can just turn around and leave.
I'm not here about the food rations.
You're not? Ah, is that so? Well, then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... Well, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerence between the berserkers and outlaws. Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed them. Why can't people just all work together?
Сейчас, секунду, я вернусь. Мне грязь, как ну, в баню, да, в баню надо было, причем сходить и спинку потерять, да?
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no. I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no questions asked. The domed city is our last hope.
Так, а чё, где мне кого найти? Где берсерки просто?
Hey, you're new here in the city, right?
Yes, I've just arrived.
I thought so. I saw you come through the gate, you see? Anyway, I want to ask you something, if that's alright. Have you been to Edan recently? To the Berserkers' city of Goliath, to be exact. A good friend of mine is still there.
Who's your friend?
His name is Kral. He's a guard at the Mana Shrine. At least, he was when I left. He thought he still had a chance to save his brother, Grimar, from the Alb Converter. Do you know what happened to him?
Kral is dead.
No. Shit. Maybe if I'd stayed... You know, I was even planning how I could get to Goliath to see if I could get him out of there. I had this feeling something bad would happen to him. First his brother and then him. A curse on all of Edan. And thanks anyways.
Tell me about your life in Edan.
Me? I was a worker at the pit. You know, I extracted Elex from old machines so it could be transmuted into mana. I always wanted to join the Hooded Crows and learn the art of magic, but it wasn't to be. My parents forbade me from trying. My clan told me to stop trying. Not that any of that stopped me. And that's what got me banished. I stole mana from the shrine to try and learn magic myself. And I got myself caught. They sentenced me to exile in the Valley of the Damned, but I escaped. I'd seen the Dome City when I was sent on patrol, so when I left Edan, this was the place I thought of. And here I am.
I would like to learn Berserker magic.
Well, it's pointless asking me. I didn't manage to learn anything useful before I was exiled. You would have to join the Berserkers. They won't teach their magic to outsiders. But I don't know if I can recommend that in all good conscience. I left, after all. You will have to decide who you want to join.
Vivian sent me.
Is it about the technician job for the clerics?
Yes.
I'm interested, but I'm not sure that this is the job for me. I mean, I've not had much to do with technology. I've tried to learn since I came to Abessa, but I'm still only just starting out.
So, now you've left Edan. What do you think about the clerics?
I'm grateful they let me in. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them. I'm not a berserker anymore. I live here.
What experience do you have with technology?
Well, back in Goliath, I used to take machines apart. There aren't many I've not seen from the inside. Strange, really. My job used to be to get rid of technology, but now all I want to do is put it back together. The clerics make some incredible things. I mean, just look at the dome. That's an amazing feat of engineering.
Кого-то с возвращением.
If you get orders you don't like, will you run away from here like you did from Edan?
I don't know. But the clerics don't ban some people from doing some things and not others. If I want to learn about technology, they'll let me. They're the same with everyone.
I've heard enough.
Okay. Right. I'll see you then.
I saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
I was an alb once.
Fuck. What is this, an invasion? Can't you all just go back to Zakor? What do you have to keep coming here for? Well, you'll find more of your kind back there in the city. You can go and do whatever it is you Albs do together. But don't get used to it. None of you will be staying long. But before you go, you better tell me what you want here, Alb.
Who are you?
Caleb. I lead the Berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Abessa.
Does that mean you're exiles?
Well, none of us are allowed to return to Edan now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Edan out here. But they were cut off from Edan by the Alps, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Edan.
What do you have against the Separatists?
We came here for peace, to escape the war. How long will that last if more Alps keep coming here? Zakor has left us alone recently. You think they will if they know all their escapees are coming here? Edan? Ignadon? Fuck it, even Tavar. At some point, if they learn that Albs are sheltering here, then they might attack us even if Zakor doesn't. And you can tell me whatever you want about us having the same goals, or the same enemy. But you really expect me to believe you Albs are going to choose us over other Albs? I don't care that people vote to let you in. If it was up to me, we would be better off if you lot were thrown out of the city.
You want to have all the Separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I have already started to make it happen. It's easy to find ways to show you people have broken the rules of our agreement. But hey, I have a way you can avoid the same fate. You could do us a service here. You could prove your humanity. Are you prepared to do that? Do you think you're even able?
Tell me what you need done.
I want the Separatists out of the city. Simple as that. And I think the testimony of an Alb could really tip the scales and persuade the more reluctant people to change their minds and push the Albs out. We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the Separatists exchanging information with the Albs. Traitorous bastards.
Who is this eyewitness?
The Berserker York. saw Fenk meet with an alb in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange information about the dome? Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an alb from Zakor. So I have to jog Jorg's memory, or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that.
You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
No, never. You can't trust these separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning.
I'm going.
Как у них тут все сложно там. Так, две отступники живут, что-то я как-то прошел. Две отступники не прошел. Да, просто вот тут.
What do you want from me? To drive me off? Or maybe even have me killed? You don't scare me. Your people are a plague upon this land. Although, there is something different about you. Do you usually spend time with people like us?
I was an alb myself once.
Yes. You stopped taking Elex. That is rare, which makes me question how you did it.
Vivian sent me about the technician job.
I am without question the best candidate they will find. Therefore, selecting me is the logical choice. But I need proof that the clerics are really willing to work with me. If I am to work for the clerics, then I would like to be paid. The free people seem to value shards above all things, and so payment would be proof that they take me seriously.
What are your qualifications for this job?
I served as the battlefield technician for my unit in Zakor. I have already discovered errors in the AI systems of the clerics' mechs, and I would be able to modify them. Even the dome isn't running as efficiently as it could. That is another thing I could improve.
Do you think you can work with the clerics?
I think it would be better if this city was led by an alb or a machine. But I understand that it isn't up to me to determine this. So yes, I could imagine working with them in the existing circumstances, despite their inefficiencies.
Teach me something.
Of course.
С ремеслами, да?
I've heard that before.
Hey, you. Hey, it's you.
Yes, Fenk. It's me, Jax.
I heard they'd shot you down. That you were dead. Apparently that was wrong. But if you're here, does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you will be very welcome.
What cause?
We've broken free from Zakor, from being slaves to Elex. And we've worked, persuaded people to allow us into the city. And now we're here. We are working to be allowed to stay. Would you be willing to help us?
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
Do you need help?
It is good that you offer to help us. The Berserkers are already trying to get us thrown out of the city. We need the protection offered by this place. We won't survive without it. We've persuaded people here that we are worth a chance. But there will always be those who won't see it that way. And the Albs and Zakor want us dead. If we're to stay, we need someone to get to Caleb and York. They are key to our future.
About the threat of you being thrown out of the city. What is the problem with Caleb and York?
Jorg is a berserker. He's accused us of spying for the Albs and Zakor. He claims he saw us handing over information about the shield generators. It's completely illogical. We are the ones with the most to lose if Zakor captures this city. But the free people are prisoners to emotion. It makes them doubt logic. They have already thrown one of our group out of the city. Now they are threatening the rest of us with the same fate. We are no friends of the Albs and Zakor. They would see us dead. We want this to be our home. We need the free people to understand this.
I will help you.
Good. That is the response I wanted. It is best if you go straight to York. Caleb has already attempted further arguments to ensure our expulsion. But it is Jorg's statement that has put us in danger. That lie underpins Caleb's argument against us. If people believe we are working with the enemy, we will be exiled from the city and left to die. But if Jorg confesses his lie, then Caleb would no longer have the proof he claims. They would have no reason to expel us.
It seems like you're tolerated here in the city.
That is exactly what we are. Tolerated. We are still a long way from being accepted.
Alms who have freed themselves from the influence of the Elexitors. Fascinating.
There are definitely those who see us as a novelty, which is all right, as long as they also understand that we are also people. This city is a place of freedom, but all the old suspicions remain. The outlaws claim they are being oppressed. The clerics say they are neutral, but they aren't. The berserkers, they don't seem to know what they're doing, apart from avoiding their laws. We are trying to discover who we are. I think people see that we are all here for a new start.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Are you here to seek shelter or to cause problems? This area is a sanctuary for refugees. There's nothing here for reavers, recruiters, or troublemakers.
I'm not a reaver.
Then I hope that means you're here to help.
What brought you out here?
This is a place away from the war. A place people could make up their minds without being pressured to join one of the factions. If the people here wanted to join a faction, they would have. But some people aren't ready for that. Or they've been cast out. They have to go somewhere.
So there's no faction in charge here?
Well, the clerics keep order, but it's not like the Horde where entry means you have to join them. Here you can forget about factions.
Ты всегда такой, такой нет.
Are you always so edgy?
You know you wouldn't need to diffuse things if you didn't get people wound up in the first place. Damn, this is like being back in Goliath all over again.
You're a berserker. Is Adan trying to conquer us?
I don't answer to Adan. And these people belong to no faction. They belong only to themselves. I stand as their protector against anyone who would force them to do otherwise. My only connection to Adan is my magic. I wish it was more, but wishes don't make things so.
Have you been exiled from Goliath?
Exiled? No. There are those in Adan who want to use my magic for their own purposes. Ever since my power started to grow, they changed me. Their mana changed me, and that change just won't stop. I'm becoming stronger and stronger. It is terrifying.
If that's true, why don't you use your power?
I do, I have. But sometimes it overwhelms me. That's why I fight alone. If I lose control of a spell, there's a chance I could kill anyone and everyone around me. The warlords wanted to test me. Try my powers, to harness them. Now I need to find a solution myself. But to do that, I need to study the properties of Elex, to learn more about it.
I could use someone like you.
Use? There's a word I've heard too much. Well, count me out. I'm not interested in being used.
I could help you.
What do you know of what I need? What do you know of how to help me? Elex marks people. Mana, chems, exposure from food tainted by it. It stays with people. You have its mark on you. You're different somehow. What is it about you?
I took Elex in the past. Is that what you're seeing? Or is there something else?
Took it. You were fed it. You were an Alb soldier. And it seems we have something in common. We've both been fed Elex in one form or another. It's changed us. And neither of us know what that means we are now.
What do you think? My offer still stands.
And what exactly is it that you're planning?
I am going to end this war by taking the fight to the Elexitors. And I'm trying to put together a group skilled enough to win that fight.
And you think I'll take part in this?
In return, I will help your quest to find the Elex you're searching for. Then you can improve your magical abilities. You said yourself, the longer you are here, the more you fear your powers will overwhelm you. The longer you stay here, the more danger you put these people in. If you really want to protect them, you need to leave.
Even if that's true, why should I leave with you?
I was an Alb. I know Elex and I know magic. I know the impulses that follow you even during sleep. I know the nightmares and the problems of trying to control power that really wants to control you. And I know what it's like when all that is taken from you. We can help each other.
And it's not like I have other options. Not in the long term. You're right. I'm hiding from it here. I need to get out there and find a real solution. I'll wait by the main gate, and we'll see if your actions can match your words. You should stock up here before we go.
I will meet you by the gate.
Just don't keep me waiting, or you might find I changed my mind.
Excellent.
Why are you torturing yourself over that?
Nah.
Ну вот, наконец-то появилась женщина в нашей компании.
The gift and treasures of travel, for it brings new encounters. So what are you? Merchant? Bounty hunter? Or a nobody, like most people out there?
I'm not in a faction.
Well, guess you're one lonely son of a bitch then, aren't you? Here, before you start begging for help, consider it a gift from the Duke. You gave me enough that I can share.
Keep your charity.
It isn't smart to refuse a gift from the boss. You should learn to appreciate his generosity.
How do people live here?
Here, smoke one with me, before you start bombarding me with questions, yeah? I have the best stuff here.
What do you have to offer?
Troll dung, rat scab, it's all first-class stuff. Snort it, smoke it, either way. You'll never forget the experience.
Forget it.
Well, that's your choice. From time to time, you need to open a door in your head and look inside, right? But if you won't, then all the more for me. That done, let's get into the real business.
What business?
Real business. A proper opportunity. You see, the clerics have had this city under their control for years. And the Duke thinks they're planning to take control everywhere, sooner or later. And he thinks the Dome City could be the starting point for their military campaign. So, my job is to find out if he's right. If there is something brewing that could be dangerous for us in Tavar.
Взял и все сразу сдал. Сейчас, подождите, я вернусь.
What information have you gathered about the clerics?
Pretty much nothing so far. They've not been very loose-lipped around me. I must sorta stand out.
So, you want me to be your spy?
I want you to find out information. Now I can see in your eyes that you haven't fallen for the cleric's tricks. You aren't simple enough to believe every piece of troll shit you're fed.
What do you expect from me?
All that you have to do is get some answers out of somebody. I've even got the guy lined up ready for you. His name is Lutz. He's one of Alois's technicians. As far as I know, he's trying to re-establish communications with the other clerics in Ignadon. While Alois will tell you the clerics here are neutral, separate from the ones in the Horde. Go and grill Lutz. Find out if there'll be an offensive soon. Do that, then come back to me as soon as you have any useful information.
How many shards are you talking about?
Enough. The Duke is generous. I pay. That much you can be sure of.
Why do you think that these technicians will know about the cleric's plans?
Because he's the guy that maintains all the communications equipment. He must have heard something from the comms. And he's more likely to talk than anyone further up the chain. I want to know what he's heard. I need to know what he knows.
Vivian sent me to talk to you about the technician's job.
Yeah, good. And I'd like to apply for the job. And I'm willing to pay any price to get it. While I'm certain there must be people better qualified than me. There isn't anybody who will pay you as much as I will.
How good are you with technology?
Absolutely crap. I don't know one end of a screwdriver from, well, a hammer, to be honest. But I'm a fast learner, and if I have someone I can ask, then the rest won't be a problem. And did I mention the whole financially rewarding aspect of selecting me as the candidate?
What do you think about the clerics?
What's this got to do with the job? This job is about technical reliability, and I can assure you that I am technically reliable. And as for my interests, you can count on me being a pacifist. I want to do anything to avoid a war, and the better access I have to new information, the better equipped I'll be to ensure a war doesn't suddenly break out without anybody seeing it coming.
I've heard enough.
Okay. And remember to put in a good word for me with Vivian. I'll make it worth your while.
Вот еще. Так. По поводу связи можно, наверное, выяснить для него. Сначала выяснить, что скажет Луц, а потом передавать это ему или нет, мы потом решим.
I heard you are having trouble establishing communications with the Horde in Ignadon.
That is just... Wait. How do you know that? That's confidential.
I just overheard someone talking about it.
So the word is out? That is a worry, a real worry. Well, we can't waste any more time. We need to fix that comms relay station before anyone tries to take advantage of our problems. Since you're in the know, can you help me?
We might be able to come to an agreement.
An agreement? Okay, sure, an agreement. As long as you help. If you don't help us, we could lose everything we have here. And if things fall apart out there, you can be certain that it will get bloody for everyone.
What's so important about fixing your communications right now?
We're awaiting the delivery of some combat mechs. But they haven't arrived, and we've no way to check why without communications being re-established. That's why we've got to get the link back up now, so we can find out what's going on.
What do you need combat mechs for?
I don't know. I guess they're worried about security. And supplies. We need firepower to get enough food and tech spares into the dome to keep things going. And that's before the Alps. Zakor might have left us alone recently, but who knows how long that'll last. But it's not just about mechs. It's about food and news and everything else. We need a link with the Horde to keep this place going. We need to get this fixed as soon as possible. And please, please, keep this problem confidential. Otherwise, we are very likely to face even greater challenges. Here are the coordinates of the relay station that's gone down. It's over to the northeast of the city. Head that way and keep looking out for an antenna on the horizon. But I have no idea what the issue is there. You might be able to fix it at the bottom, but there's a chance you might have to climb the antenna mast. There will be a device somewhere on site that you can use to recalibrate the antenna. I hope that'll be enough to fix the problem.
Боевые роботы. Так, давайте поговорим с нашей девчушкой, где она там нас ждет.
Hey, have you got a few shards for a veteran? Help me out and I'll tell you about the city.
Data is always useful, but I'm uncertain what this individual can offer us.
And unless you show me the shards, you won't find out. Come on, do us both a favor. Come on, have a little heart. Just a few shards, okay?
There, take this.
Thanks. Thank you. Oh, I won't forget this. And since you have helped me, I'll make sure my contacts hear about it. You help me, I'll help you. Come back in a few days, yeah? I'll have something that might interest you.
Tell me about the city.
Right, well, where to start? First off, a lot of people are avoiding the north of the city. This place always has something going on, but right now, there's really something brewing. That means the North isn't exactly welcoming unless you're a thug. The Western section's safer. You're okay there as long as you don't break the law or look funny or say something the clerics don't like. The southern part, well, that is really quiet. Nothing really happens there, but wherever you are, you should know the clerics are watching. Alois, he runs this place and he hates thieves and beggars and trouble causers and pretty much anyone. He thinks he's God's messenger or something, and that means he's got one big old stick up his ass. So don't piss him off. If you ignore anything else, don't ignore that advice. Don't piss off the clerics. There now, you are fully informed.
That was remarkable.
What kept you?
I'm here now.
So you are. And are you planning on telling me where you've set up camp or what comes next? Or do I have to wait for that too?
Okay, I'll tell you what's happened so far.
You've done a lot, but you still have got a lot of work ahead of you. Or we have.
And we're not going to get where we need to without a jetpack.
Don't worry, I know how to use one of those. I'll keep up with you. Now can we talk about my problem?
You said you wanted to study the properties of Elex. How will you do that?
I can feel the presence of Elex. Mostly where it's present in great quantities.
Like the converter?
You don't need any special powers to feel the Elex there. No, I'm talking about unrefined Elex. When it's raw, latent. I can learn more from it when it hasn't been altered. I want to explore Magalan and look for some large deposits of unrefined Elex.
Deposits? I thought Elex arrived with the comet.
You're right. Part of its power is that it isn't from here. I want to discover how it is spread across Magalan. But when it is processed by the Alps, the Elex changes. It becomes polarized. The transmuted form that the Berserkers get from their mana shrine changes it in similar ways. That keeps some of its power, but it's the Elex that came with the comet that I want to learn more about. I feel that there are secrets to learn about it. To understand those secrets, I need it untouched, pure Elex.
How do you want to find these large Elex deposits?
When the comet impact spread Elex across Magalan, it found its way everywhere. Into the seas, the rock, the air we breathe. But it is collected and concentrated in some places. I have felt the vibrations, the presence of these deposits. I want to track them down and examine them.
Where can you find this unrefined Elex?
The first deposit I'd like to investigate is north of the city of Abessa. I can show you.
If it's so close, why hasn't anyone else found it?
I don't know. Maybe because nobody can feel Elex like I can.
Your senses are better than Alp technology.
Come with me and find out.
You should go back to Origin.
Of course.
All right, show me the way.
It's not far from the city. Follow me. There is a vast amount of Elex flowing into the sea. It washes out of the cliffs and the ground, and it flows out across the planet. Elex is everywhere.
But you still think we need to find concentrations of it?
Yes, from the moment the comet struck, Elex has been seeping into everything on Magalan. That makes the background noise from it hard to read. If I'm to learn more, we must follow those mutants to find where the Elex is coming from. We know where we have to go. I'll follow you this time. I'm better at sensing Elex than any person I know. but there are mutants with the same ability. You should be careful in case the Elex deposit has attracted them. We will fight together.
Что там за штучки про тракториста?
Keep close! Fight together! You won't get away with that.
Ничего не слышно. Красных не слышно. Кто такие красные? Ну имба не имба, но я больше чем ползапаса патронов потратил. А, я понял, что такие красные.
Fight together! Thanks for being there. That could have gone badly. The deposit must be here. I can feel the Elex in the ground.
And so what do we do now?
I must meditate. Wait over there. I need space away from you. That was what I was afraid of.
That doesn't sound good.
It's something I've suspected. It's why I came. It's the reason you're going to think I'm crazy. I could feel the Elex was communicating with me. Like it has a purpose. That it wants something from me, from the people on this planet.
Elex speaks to you?
I know how crazy that sounds, but it's true.
But it's a mineral. How can it want something? How can it speak to you?
That's one of the reasons I had to leave Goliath. It was like the Elex was screaming to me. I thought it was because of the mana they were giving me, but now I know it's something different.
So, you want to continue?
You said you would help me. That was our deal. Are you still up for this? Now you know how crazy my idea is?
Let's assume I believe you. What exactly do you think you heard?
I'm not sure. It wasn't words. More a sense of desire, of purpose. But it was fleeting, hard to catch. I think I need to find a bigger deposit of Elex. That might help me hear it more clearly.
Okay. What happens now?
We go Elex hunting. But first I need to return home. I have to go to Edan, to one of our world hearts. The one south of the observatory, in the middle of Edan. Now I've heard it, sensed it here, I want to know if this is what I heard when I was close to large amounts of mana in Edan.
You said you felt something back then. Why would it be different now?
Because I need to be sure. I need to know I wasn't going crazy. Can't you see how important this could be? What this would mean for everyone?
You go. I'll meet you there when I can.
Right. See you in Edan.
И как с ней встретиться? Нет, только выспаться надо где-то. Давайте тут выспимся, там уже есть у нас. Что-то вот Сергей сказал, что типа советует качать огнестрел. Только где, интересно, патроны брать как огнестрела? Кажется, надо ночной режим включить. Сейчас с ящером сразимся. Ну, раз добро пожаловать, значит добро пожаловать, что я могу сказать.
It was all a damn lie. They rejected me. They rejected almost everyone. They promised salvation for the world. But it was only ever for the chosen. Kalan, the great light. Kalan, the great lie. You brought us here with hope. Now we die away from all that we loved.
Hey, there you are.
Are you okay? You look...
Yeah, I know. I feel terrible. That encounter with the Elex in Abessa really took it out of me. It's like it looked inside of me. I feel cold from the inside.
Cold. That sounds like Elex.
You remember it, right? From when you took it. I got similar feelings when I took mana. I can't imagine what it did to you before being transmuted. I need some now. I need to get some mana.
I thought you wanted to go to a world hard.
I do. Now that you're here, we could go together.
About the side effects of Elex.
Yeah?
Here, I have some mana for you.
Thank you. I need it to balance the Elex I'm sensing. Without it, I'm worried I'll lose myself to it. I have to understand what it wants, what the Elix's purpose is.
Then let's go.
All right.
А чё так мало-то? Птица-то бегает.
Something is wrong here. There should be guards to look after the World Heart.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Then we should be ready for a fight. Something has killed the guards here. Maybe it was mutants. They're attracted to mana as well as Elex. You did well. Keep close! Fight together!
Да. Да, существо на горизонте выглядит на самом деле пугающе. Это, кстати, где мы хоть? А, мы где-то. Тут я еще ни разу не был. Надо каким-то образом всех птичек перебить, а потом уже попытаться с ним сражаться.
Look out!
Разбойник пришел?
Be careful.
Причем я урон получил до этого от мины. Представляете, это урон у пушки сколько? 47. Там 53 бывает, 54. Ну, экспа тут за мопу в целом маловато ее дают. Тут основная экспа идет с крестов. Это я уже смирился. Я поэтому и, ну, в том числе был готов ждать, то есть не снижал уровень, потому что я видел большого смысла драться с мобами. За них дают очень мало экспы, и на них качаться, ну, даже если ты их нормально убиваешь, смысла нет.
It's terrible. Not a soul here. Just death. I have to go on. Can you give me some space again? I need peace and quiet for meditation. I can hear something here. Clearer than before.
What can you hear?
The Elex. It's alive. It doesn't matter whether it's been changed, processed, transmuted, it doesn't matter. It retains the same voice. It might change the way Elex behaves, but it remains linked together somehow.
So, what does that mean?
That all its forms must be related and that it can revert. It can return to its unrefined form.
Mana can become pure Elex?
It's conceivable, but nobody knows how to do it. Not even the Albs.
Are you any closer to understanding what this means?
Closer, yes, but I need to know more to understand it. The fact Elex is alive, that it has a collective consciousness is one thing, but we need to know what it wants. I want to know if we're changing it, or it's changing us.
Hey, what? How can it be changing us?
You of all people ask me that? You know the effect it had on you as an Alb. You've seen what it's done to Magalan's animal life. We need to find some more Elex deposits. Some that have been brought back up from when the comet first hit. Let's go. I'll tell you if I sense any.
Я вставил эти самоцветы в эдитор, и там бонус, я не знаю, сейчас можно посмотреть, сейчас не посмотришь, там на опыт заданий, на ХП союзников и еще на что-то, на сопротивление, не по-моему. Так что мне дают, сколько получается, 1% доп. Опыта. а чё, она куда нас теперь ведет?
About the side effects of Elex.
Yeah?
Don't worry about it.
Wait.
А, то есть я могу ее либо подкармливать, либо не подкармливать, да? Даже не знаю. Так, ну чё... А это что такое? Калдрим. А, то есть, типа, с ним можно поговорить по поводу этой тетки?
The people who built this must have believed their civilization would last forever. We must learn if we are to avoid suffering the same fate as them.
А ты же, наверное, видел, Алексей, что у меня есть пилилка такая, только ну, там урона на ней маловато. То есть меч разбойника у меня в целом есть. У него он, правда, какой-то светящийся был, видимо, улучшенный.
Will you trade me some mana for Elex?
Gladly.
Что-то непонятно, что меня к нему ведут, когда... А, ну манна у меня и так есть. Сколько там времени-то? 12 час. Сейчас на часов 12 я поиграю. И хватит. Завтра на работу.
1 shard, 2 shards. You'd think people could spare that, wouldn't you?
Cooper, outlaw. You fled here from Tavar, is that you?
Yeah? What do you want?
You know what this is.
Fuck.
You're lucky you're getting a chance. You will leave the city. Be grateful you're being allowed to live. You will go to your camp and be happy to stay there.
I must leave. I will be grateful. I will be happy to stay in my camp.
Кажется, мне в том лагере лучше не появляться.
Well, it's hard to get parts out here.
There's nowhere near enough Elex out there for that.
I don't agree to just anything, so try again.
About the candidates for technician.
Yes?
Naira wants to be paid in advance if you want her to work for you.
Then forget her. I want someone dedicated to the job, not the shards.
Не знаю, надо подумать.
Well, there's not always an easy answer.
По поводу этого надо подумать, но явно не изгоя. И я буду советовать. Где этот чувак? Йорк или какого там соли там?
I know who you're talking about.
Fink sent me.
Did he? Well, I don't have anything to say to those Albs. This whole thing between Caleb and Fink is starting to get on my nerves. I shouldn't have said anything, okay? But what's done is done, and that's that.
Tell me your version of the story.
My version? I'm stuck between the two of them. I told Caleb in confidence that I saw Fink meet an Alb outside the city. Could have been a separatist, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any more than that, but Caleb decided to tell the clerics. He convinced me that the Alb Fink met must have been from Zakor. But I have no real idea who he was, or what faction he's with.
About this situation with the separatists.
Do you have any idea what I should do? I feel this is a mess.
Go to the clerics and tell them you made a mistake.
I can't do that. Caleb will call me a traitor. And for all I know, Caleb is right. That Alb could have been from Zakor. What if Fink actually is an Alb spy?
You shouldn't let Caleb intimidate you.
You're right. I let him push me around even when we were living in Goliath. I was always following someone or other and doing what they told me. You're right. I've done Caleb's bidding without question for far too long, and where's it got me? I'll go to the clerics and tell them the Albs are innocent. You've helped me decide. Thank you. I will go to the clerics and do the right thing. I don't want someone to be thrown out of the city because of me.
That was pretty lousy.
You come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before I came here, but I hid myself in a crate and got brought up in the lift.
You escaped in a crate?
Yeah, those idiots had no idea I was in there. I waited till they were busy with the next one, slipped out, and I was gone.
You got lucky.
That wasn't luck. That was pure skill.
You were lucky.
Yeah, well...
Fuck all of them. I hope they drown in their own shit.
You may remain in the city.
You managed to get Jorg to admit his lie to the cleric? It was good. It seems we can trust in the cleric's justice after all. Your service should be rewarded. That is half of my daily ration. I hope it is enough to show thanks.
What goods have you got?
Yes, I've heard things were rough there too.
You think you know what's going on?
Сейчас непонятно, что делать на самом деле
Yeah,
с
sure.
конфликтом.
Well then.
Надо решить с механиком. Че, 500 осколков ей дать, что ли?
So, you come here from Goliath?
Go.
Куда она делась? Она же где-то тут была, этот альп-механик. А что ты дарил?
I spoke to Lutz.
You got me just in time. I was right about to light one up. So, go ahead. What did he say?
I assume you don't want to hear about the energy regulators.
No, I don't want you to put me to sleep. I need information about what the clerics are planning. He must have said something about their plans.
He didn't say anything that would interest you.
Are you sure? Completely sure that he didn't say anything useful? Maybe this will refresh your memory.
No, that was everything.
Well, that's a start. Are you sure he didn't have anything else to offer? Think. Is there anything you can tell me?
No, I told you everything I know.
All right. Well, I'll have to try and work with the information I have then. So, I promised you a reward. Here.
Это какой-то выход еще один из города. Слушайте. Зачем он?
What's happening in the city?
Well, the Dome City is a refuge for all. Outlaws, berserker, clerics, anyone who wants to be somewhere other than their homeland. Being away from home, you'd think they'd care less about what faction they were from. But for some reason, some of them have got even more fanatical. That makes keeping order difficult sometimes. The outlaws are the worst. They don't understand rules or sharing, or in some cases, that people have a right to stay alive.
You don't seem to like outlaws.
All people are welcome here. The Dome City is a refuge for all. But that means all, not just outlaws. There's a half-dozen outlaws hanging around outside the city at the old farm now. They just want to get in to cause trouble. I mean, we got everyone settled down and living together, and those outlaws, I just wish they'd disappear.
You want the outlaws in the farm to die?
Whoa, whoa, that's not what I said. I just want them to stop causing trouble for good.
About the outlaws in the farm.
You mean the threat on our doorstep? The canker in our midst? They who should disappear?
Не, ну убивать-то их, наверное, не стоит. Так, куда пропала тетка, которая хочет стать механиком?
Yes, you can't say that, but we need more food first.
Fuck all of them. I hope they drown in their own shit.
Vivian sent me about the technician job.
If I am to work for the clerics, then I would like to be paid. The free people seem to value shards above all things, and so payment would be proof that they take me seriously.
You will get your payment.
Good. Then tell the clerics I can begin work immediately.
I've heard that before.
You escaped in a crate?
Yeah.
There's nothing shards and hardboard camps on.
About the candidates for technician.
Yes?
You should give the separatist Naira the job.
Then you think she'll commit to us here? What convinced you about her?
She is the best technical candidate, but she's also an Alp. I think she's worth trying, but you should keep an eye on her.
I don't know if I want to take that risk. Still, we are short of candidates, so I suppose we should try her and see. Thank you for helping me with the selection. Here, your payment as promised.
That's less than I paid Naira as an advance.
Well, I didn't ask you to pay her anything. I'm sorry. This is all I can afford. I'd better go and take care of my new recruit right away. This should secure us going forward. At least I hope so.
That was great.
Фу, ну, не знаю. В общем, я свой выбор сделал. Дальше посмотрим, во что все это превратится.
Yo! What can I do for you?
I'm here to do the right thing.
You want to do the right thing? Wait. Aren't you the one who saw the Separatist meeting with the Owls?
Yes. Yes, that was me.
And your reason for being here is... and why isn't Caleb here? There is a chain of command for a reason.
Caleb is not our leader. He just settles most things. But there's also... I'm here to admit that I lied for him.
You did what?
I lied. You see, I didn't see Fenk and the other Separatists meet Alps from Zakor. I saw Fenk meet with another Separatist. I don't want the Separatists to be thrown out of the city because of me.
You have been brave to admit your lie. And you've done it before it had major consequences. But this deceit can't go unpunished. I will speak to you after I've spoken to Fenk. I'll send for you, York, when I've thought about this further. Just one more term. Then I can retire. Just one more term.
Так, чё по поводу оружия? То есть мне нужно же прервать поставки оружия.
The rotting remains of a long-gone civilization.
Ну, с тремя подряд, ну, одновременно я драться не хочу.
Let's do this! I wonder what this place used to be. Please, wait, I need to get hold of some mana, and soon. If I don't, I think I will lose part of myself.
About the side effects of Elex.
Yeah?
Here, I have some mana for you.
Thank you. Not bad.
Интересно, это когда-нибудь прекратится, или теперь я буду до бесконечности снабжать маной?
We had better hurry up and get out of here. And fast.
Да он что-то не говоришь, я насколько помню, проходил по этому туннелю, ничего страшного там нет. Перо, сырое мясо. Интересно, перья нужная штука или нет?
Be careful. I wonder what those ruins are. We're consigned to history. I wonder, will people ask the same questions that we leave behind?
Упс. Я сюда шел. Я думал, я здесь был, а там мальбы стоят, и их много. А, второй туда ушел, да?
I'll get him. Fuck you.
Не такие же они и страшные.
No. 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 Too easy.
Ну там как-то их... О, вот это что-то ну там такой сейф этот, да. Слиток. Достойная добыча, что называется. Там что-то с размером этих хреновин, я так понимаю, очередность как-то... Что начинаешь с самой большой, как бы, и потом нужно постепенно на это. залезай что-то прям.
Okay, that should be child's play. It seems to have worked.
Так, совсем чуть-чуть осталось до следующего уровня. Слушайте, а я же ракетницу какой-то поднимал, да? 45. А, ну ловкость силы. До 50 надо. Все, это получается 6,7. 13, 26, то есть 2,5 уровня. Что-то сложно. Так. Вот этих отступников, что ли, бить? Которые там конфликт с троллем-то. Концов стало мало, давайте перейдем к следующей игре, я так понимаю, да? Чатик больше не интересно. для себя. То есть такой выброс эликсида ее не привлекает, да? И она остается равнодушна. Ну ладно, равнодушно так равнодушно. Так, что-то это надо подремать где-то. Так, нужно найти энергетический суп. Кстати, теперь нужно все домики, в которых я был, по большому счету перепроверять, потому что взлома не было, теперь есть. И много где могло что хорошо остаться. Где тут раскладушки нет, что ли? Наверху, по-моему, была постель, сейчас там поспим. Конечно, цинично выспаться у них под носом, чтобы потом их убить. Слушайте, а может поговорить с начальником, с их ним и как-то их отозвать?
The white prongs of Magellan. I wish I knew what they were for.
А у меня же нету, да, рядом с... Вот он. Ну-ка. Пум-пум-пум. Что-то не хочу я на самом деле убивать. Ни тех, ни других. Ну, то есть ни тетку с троллем не хочу убивать, ни этих отступников. Может быть, если там поговорить, их отзову. Маловероятно, конечно, все равно придется, скорее всего, делать выбор.
Let's do this!
Не, ну черепок он считается, как считался сложным, а вот так и остался. Просто да, урон стал значительно больше. Надо признать, что так играть гораздо веселее.
All that technology, and yet they build such ugly buildings.
Так, я надеюсь, ящер плеваться не будет. прикиньте, вот бегаешь по такой хреновине, не бегаешь, она раз и падает. Вот было бы круто. Или кто-то неожиданно починил, как это называется, подстанцию, и тебя током как шин ударах. Что-то забраться есть куда, а полутать нечего. Сейчас просто так что ли собрался, да? Вот. Невезуха-то. Интересно, карта от чего? Что за часть карты? Я собираю какую-то огромную карту. А карту чего? Как-то мне и не сказали.
Too easy.
It's amazing that it's still here.
А, она типа не нравится. Так, надо еще раз не спать.
remains of a long-gone civilization.
This facility is to be evacuated immediately. All hazardous goods must be packed as designated in standard Pattern A evacuation procedures. Designated transports will be made available with the first departure scheduled in 30 minutes. Failure to comply with these orders will lead to an instant dismissal and a criminal prosecution as set out in Article 5.
That's not any use to me now.
I'll wait here for you. I'll wait here for you. I'll get him! I'll wait here for you.
Я чуть даже не знаю, лутаться там, не лутаться. Наверное, я не буду.
I'll wait here for you.
Наверное.
Keep close. Look out! This is nice. I'd like to spend some time here. When all this is over.
Забавная машинка. По-моему, одна из немногих старых таких машин. Я что-то не помню, обычно такие лежит. Практичные солнечные очки. Что за очки? А это как раз это, как называется-то? Лут подсвечивает, нет? точно. Я их нашел. Видите, вон стоит коробка с патронами, и она подсвечена. Шикардо у вас. Так, вообще я шел вот в тот морозильник. Так что по дороге пойти. Чем по горам пойти лазить?
Keep close! Fight together! Кажется, к черту 3 брони, или сколько там на шапке брони? 3 брони. Let's do this!
Нехило он через щит меня пробил. Ну хоть ради чатик порадуется наконец-то. Ну вот они, да. Что-то они меня постоянно пробивают. Кажется, в топку эти дороги. Пойду-ка я, как горный козел, напрямую. Да, еще одну наркоманку нашел.
Not good. Not good at all.
I told you, speak to Sestak. He's at our headquarters in the converter in South Abessa.
Мне кажется, с конца не будет.
The survival of our people matters above all else.
С ними поговорить толком нельзя, ясно. То есть тех гавриков придется походу все-таки кончать. Ой, ладно.
This is a nice place.
That isn't going to work.
Да там, скорее всего, нельзя воровать-то. О, вот сейчас
She
еще.
had more time to spend here.
Жалуйте на
Maybe after it's all over.
на безымянную фигню менять. Тоже мне придумал. Кто согласится? Я понимаю, там пульва какая-нибудь была, еще можно поменять. Жалуйте на пульву. Так, мне процент. Сева, мне процент. Блин, до уровня совсем чуть-чуть осталось. Ну пойдемте скажем, что мы починили. Уж нам уровень дадут. Вполне, Сев, я согласен.
I recalibrated the antenna.
Yes, thank you. We've already started to get messages through. We've had to do a bit of clearing up at this end, but that's a minor issue. What do you think? Is the station to the northeast in a good state, or are we likely to get another failure?
I'd recommend stationing some people there to defend the antenna.
If it were only that easy. There are always other things to demand resources. Ah, well, I'll just have to see if I can persuade the powers that be. Here, this is for you. You shouldn't think that I don't value your service to our cause.
Я чё, уровни не дали, да? А, ну там вообще прилично еще.
Rotting remains of a long-gone civilization.
Как это взять?
Paige sent me.
Paige? Do I know Paige? Faces and names of the free people? They merge into one. But you must mean the woman from the domed city. I remember she was interested in the weapons I have for sale.
Do you trust Paige?
No. But given her situation, it is unlikely that she will try to betray me. As long as my weapons promote fighting among the free people. The more they kill each other, the less of a threat they are to me. Here, give her this. It should be enough for her to start her plans. I will arrange to deliver the rest to her in due time.
And what about me? Do you have any gear I could use?
I see you have learned the ways of the free people. There, I can't do anything more for you. Beware of the Alexiters and all their lies.
Да-да. Но она пока что не проявляет это никак.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you. I can see that you're struggling with your emotions. It must seem more natural to fall back on logic alone. I'll try to assist you in your struggle in any way I can. People will only follow you if you can understand the world from their perspective, if you truly support their interests.
Поняли? Сердцем надо поддерживать. Эти очки — это лучшее, что есть в этой игре. Подопытная номер 2. Негроид женского пола, 30 лет, аллергии не обнаружены. Внутривенно наведена сыворотка Б, 35 мг сохраняется седативный эффект, идет наблюдение за возможным осложнениями. Седативный эффект должен был пройти. Похоже, сыворотка продлила его действие. Подопытный продолжает спать, неразборчиво бормочет. Продолжает спать, нет изменений. Подопытная исчезла, с ней поражена дыра. Сыворотка классифицирована как опасное вещество, однако это пока что лучшее, что у нас есть. Рекомендую передать сыворотку Б в охраняемую лабораторию для дальнейших изысканий. Жители купленного города. Недавняя серия краж представляет угрозу для всех нас. Будьте бдительны, сообщайте о любом подозрительном поведении представителям власти. Держите ценные вещи под замком, не доверяйте незнакомцам. Сообщите обо всех происшествиях. Сообщники воров понесут суровые наказания.
Did someone tell you could come in here?
Ладно, ушел уже.
The technician job is yours.
I didn't expect anything else once you had paid me. I'm sorry, begin my work immediately. I still have to modify the AI systems, so it is inefficient for me to talk right now. Have a good day.
Frankly, these should be showing more respect.
I'll see you later.
А где другая тетка?
You there. I've been looking for you. You're the person who realigned the antenna, aren't you?
Okay, yes, that was me.
By Kalan. Then why didn't you come to me before? Is it you that we have to thank for regaining contact with the Horde? That is a blessing indeed. And those skills you've demonstrated, well, I have need of them again. So if you can spare some of your time, I have a job for you. Are you willing to help?
Yes. Tell me what you need.
Well, that's simple. We need to send someone to the Horde to make a delivery. So I thought immediately of someone with the requisite survival skills. Ergo, you. You see, we are awaiting the arrival of some combat mechs to boost security, but the Horde requires some additional Elex to get them active. You have already proven your abilities, so would you take this task on? We'll give you the goods, we simply need them delivering.
Why are you asking me to do this?
Because I need it done and you're here. Come on, take it. It's important. Here, please, take this crate and meet up with our supply party. They will be waiting near a ruined bridge to the northeast. And just so you know, the crate of Elex has been security sealed. Not that I don't trust you, but we have to take necessary precautions, given the nature of this cargo. We don't want this falling into the hands of our enemies.
One crate of Elex is enough for a delivery of mechs?
No, of course not, but it's enough to deal with their current Elex shortage. And we'd like to get them into operation as soon as possible. That's why we're sending some of our resources to the Hort.
About the Outlaws' weapons delivery. I have what you wanted.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope that the goods are all here.
Look for yourself.
Good. I wanted the whole shipment intact. Here, your reward. Ah, yes, the weapons dealer. How is he doing? Is he still alive?
You wanted him dead?
No. I was just curious. But thanks to your actions, I don't think any more deliverers will find their way here in the weeks to come. And that comes as a relief to us all.
Блин, я хочу характер до 4 поднять, но что-то походу не хватит ничего. Вот, боевая подготовка, интеллект 40.
Teach me something.
Of course.
You must have something to offer apart from shards.
What makes you say that?
This town isn't bankrupt. You have a lot of things you can pay with apart from Alexit.
Actually, we're short of everything. Blame the comet and decades of war. But you have a point. Here, take this.
Я надеялся на какой-то романтизм в этой ветке разговора. А всего лишь ломать несколько грибов и стрел. Ладно, давайте, всем спасибо, кто смотрел. До встречи уже, скорее всего, во вторник, то есть завтра точно стрима не будет. Вот. Все. Ну что вам погибнуть хотите? Все, давайте, всем пока.